Hello, welcome to now. This is our time to get creative together, and I'm excited about it. So, hi, I'm Jane, and I need a drink of water because I just ate a piece of dried mango. And although they are extremely delicious, they're really good at sticking to teeth. It's great. It's awesome. Didn't plan ahead on that one. So, let's paint. I was wanting to make a snow globe. And I thought about it like about 20 seconds ago. And I was like, first of all, I don't know how to make that. And second, don't even know what I need. So I'm going to look into that. And maybe next week we can make a snow globe. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping. So I'm excited because I want to paint. Last week I did this one. This is it dry. And it totally looks like a map. Like I didn't mean for it to. I mean, you all saw me paint it if you were on here with me. Um, so yeah, did that. And then over the weekend we had a snow day. And so I painted this one because I wanted to paint some more. So I did. So today I want to paint some more. Um, so I have this little canvas. It's a thin one. It's like a little pancake. Ooh, ooh. And as you can see, it's already been painted. So I don't necessarily want this color, but I'm also okay if this color comes through. I'm feeling a little pink and a little yellow today. So those are the colors that I've kind of picked to play with. Um, I also have all my paints right here. And the invitation, these are the colors I'm choosing today. Pinks, can't really see them. Anyway, you'll see them. But the intention is to have fun. The intention is to create something that's never been created, right? The intention is to be open minded. The intention is also to not get paint on this table, and the thing is over here, so please hold. I forgot. Something that works really well is the grocery bag. I know, I'm fancy like that. So, I just had the paintbrush, picking up a Big Daddy. Boom. You can tell it's huge. It's the size of my head. Not really, but it is a little bigger. Um, so here in the now, and whenever you hop on, if you want to say, hey, let me know you're on here, I always like that. Still has plastic on it. Oh, good morning, Mama Jane. I'm going to paint today. And we're supposed to maybe get some snow here. And I am really hoping for it, I'm not gonna lie. So this is how I begin my painting. I get like that. I just squirt it all over there and then I paint. I'm just spreading it all out. Which I bet I can move this. Do you like my periodic table? There's my lap. Could put you higher up, but I don't know what to put you on. So that feels weird. That feels weird. Okay. I had an idea. Let me get this moved on here first because I don't want it to dry. Well, this one's drying fast. Whoa. Okay, I'm learning something new right now. Okay, so this paint's drying really quickly. I think because I didn't put a heavy coat on it. And I also have the heat on in the house, so it's not as humid. So I actually wanted some of the blue bottom to like be seen. So I'm gonna not add more paint, but kind of try to stretch this out. Oh, I know why it's not working well. Y'all, it's not painting unless you have a smock. I know, let me go grab another thing to put you on a higher thing. Please, don't go anywhere. It's a yoga block. Now I can lift you up. Look at this. What? And I had to get my smock on because I'm not even allowed to paint without a smock on. There we go. Boom. How's that? I feel like it was something like that. Last week it was really good the way I had it set up. Oh, yes. Just get some distance. Sweet. Okay. Get the smock on so that I don't get paint on my clothes. The smock is... I'm telling you, I feel really official when I put the smock on. Okay. So I have my Trader Joe's bag underneath so that I can not get the table messed up. And I need more paint. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. I think it's better. I've decided that today is a life bonus day where anything is possible. Things can magically appear for me today in gifting ways of surprise. And like, what? I wasn't expecting that. That's awesome. Okay, so this is cool. Okay. So I put a really light coat of that pink. So when you look at it, and I'll show you in a sec. Where's my towel? Y'all know how I use my drying towel. You like this bouncing act? Where is it? Wasn't what white? Nothing was white. It was blue. And then I put pink on it. It looked white when I held it up, but it's pink. It's always been pink. So see, you can kind of see that blue underneath it. I think it was just the way the light was shining on it that made it look white. I don't know where my... I know, someone moved it. Hang on, you guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Needed my towel. So I've been using this towel for years. No, I'm not sitting on the towel. So I've been using this towel for years, as you can tell. And after I rinse out the paintbrush in the water, I don't want the water to just sit in it. So I just towel dry in case I want to use the brush again. And I mean, it gets it on there, but... and then when I'm done, that's when I clean the brushes better. So, okay. Now, thank you for your patience while let's try to get everything settled. Oh, my face looks really orange. So I want to use pinks and yellows today. That's what I'm feeling. And I usually do them horizontally. I don't want to do it horizontally today. I want to do it vertically today. See, this is how I change things up for myself. So fancy, I know. Let's see. Ooh, I wonder. This is going to look white when that looks white on here, but it's a really pale pink. It's called light pink. Fancy. I know. So now I'm going to use this kind of a paintbrush. It's got that weird edge on it. Oh, interesting. It like cut a groove in. Whoa. Because it was wet, it cut a groove in where I put it. And now when I'm taking the paintbrush over it, it's like there's a furrow where it had been. Ooh, that's interesting. Not what I expected. And I hope you know that I have no idea what I'm doing. Because to me, this is the fun of creativity, is to try new things. To me, creativity is one of the closest things to science, but not. So to me, science is taking an idea and saying, I don't know, let me test it. And to me, creativity is, I don't know, let me create and see what happens. And then it's like, oh, look, that's what happened. Oh, that's neat. That's a thing. Okay, so I just did that. Now I'm going to take this lighter yellow, and I'm not rinsing off this brush because I want the colors to kind of meld together a little bit and kind of see how this looks. So we're going to play with this. I normally don't squirt it on here, but this has been way more fun lately, so. Then I'm doing this tapping thing, which is official. Tapping. Did you know that there's a way that you can like help yourself heal? And it's called tapping. It's called EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique. And you tap on different energy meridian points while neurally reprogramming yourself through traumas that you've experienced and reprogramming them so that you heal. It's really cool. I like this because it's like I made really big blobs, and then some are like really skinny little spots. So it's dispersing the color, the yellow, in a really cool way. So I'm literally just tapping this. I'm sure you can see that. I'm sure you can hear it because the way the bag is with every time I'm doing it. What I've been doing lately with my paintings is I've been kind of just like picking the colors that feel really good. So today it was pinks and yellows. And I've never done that before, but I like get them out, and I'm not like beholden to using only those colors. I'm definitely open to more. But I kind of like getting that palette kind of set. It feels really good. And what I'm making sure to do is like there are some areas that have like more clumped paint, and so they're like super wet. I want those to stay like that because I want to use the way that wet paint is so that I can like it so that it'll mix into whatever other colors I use, because that's fun to me. Don't want that brush anymore. I'm done with that brush. This is also how I work. I'm like, I'm done with that brush. What else can I use? Ew, I didn't do a good job cleaning that brush off. Really? That's weird. What if I did that? I had a friend paint with me recently, so my towel wasn't in here and things had been moved around. I'll tell you something. Doing something creative with a friend is so fun. I don't do it very often, but when I do, I really like it because the conversations that occur are just different. You know, it's like there's this vulnerability that comes, especially when we're doing creative stuff, because if you're being creative, like you're doing something you've never done. And like the type of creativity that I'm talking about, that like just flowing. Um, and so then the conversations kind of flow organically like that as well. Ooh, I don't know what that is. It's like a snot. It's just water. I just have a little glass with water in it. It was clear. And then you, but I just, and then I dry it off on the towel. And then when I'm done, I empty that water. This looks like mustard. Um, when I'm done, I just refill that jar and just take the brushes and really swirl them around in there until the water is clear. And then I let the brushes dry on their side, not upright, because if you dry them upright, then the water goes into the base and it can actually start to eat away the adhesive that holds the bristles in. So I just lay them on their side. So I'll actually lay them on top of the glass like this when the glass is empty and after they're clean till dry. That's the way I do it. It's not right, it's not wrong. It's just Jane's way of doing things. That mustard color is real interesting. I want another pink in here or something, but like a brighter pink. I want a brighter pink. Where's bright pink? Let's see. Ooh, what's this? That looks fun. Deep violet. Yes. Hey Kim, how are you doing? Oh, it's my smock. Thank you. I wear this every time I paint. My smock. Oh yeah, y'all. This violet color is a jam. I'm looking like a professional painting artist. What am I making? I don't know. I don't know. I started off with a dark pink, and then I added a light pink, and then a light yellow, and then a dark yellow that looks like mustard, and then I moved it around like that, and it looked a lot like mustard, and I don't like that, so now I'm taking that and tapping it through, and I'm really enjoying that more. That's officially what I'm doing. Yeah, and the canvas is really cool though, because it's like really thin. So this is what I've got so far. Oh, that's funny. It looks like two eyeballs. Not. I swear it's not eyeballs. Yeah. Okay. I see what I want to do. So I got this violet color out that I'm about to add to it. So I just kind of tapped all that in. Hang on, I want to take it out here. Okay. So I just tapped all of that on. That's so interesting that it looks like that. Oops. And then cleaning the brush. Kim, have you had some time to have any creative time? I know you've been a little busy with the baby. Little G. Okay, so I got this like violet color. If you can see. And I didn't squirt that on the painting. I just dipped it on a palette. But I want to mix that in. Oh yeah, there we go. See, I really like watching colors mix together. That right there, to me, this is where it gets fun. This is where I will lose myself for hours. And I like it a lot. I feel like these are going to end up looking like flowers or something. I don't know. What I like getting something that's like this really dark purple color, um, and putting it on this yellow. Like in some spots, it's making like a light pink kind of a color, like a lavendery pink. Um, in other spots, it's like boom, purple. And it's just cool looking to me. Check this out. I don't know. I just really like the way that looks. I find it to be very meditative, which to me is one of the points of doing creativity, doing anything, doing creative stuff. Little bloop of yellow. Are you liking it? Thanks. I'm really liking this really dark purple color. And I like when, like, I'm not personally, I don't like to mix colors unless I'm like needing a specific color. I like the way the colors just mix on the canvas that I'm using. Um, I just think it's neato. I think it's neato, like a burrito. Mmm, burrito. That sounds good. Y'all, I've been craving sushi so much. I know that's totally off topic. I'm okay with that. Like, and it's weird because like normally I would have been like all fish, but I don't want all the fish. I just want like the the rice and the seaweed and wasabi. That's all I want. That's all I want. What do y'all want? Y'all craving anything? Are you craving anything in your life right now? Whether it's food or a vehicle or like what are you craving? Like what is it that just has your mind like I want that. Like I want to like that type of craving. What are you craving? It doesn't have to be edible. Mine happens to be. That's not much. The sushi that I want. Yeah, it just sounds really good though. Sounds really good. Yeah, that's the question that I'm posing. What are you craving? I like when I like go back in the yellow and then I take the yellow over the purple and then it like layers. You're craving completing your shadow box and painting. That's exciting. Are you working on it now with me? That's why I love this time is like we can sit and like all do something creative together. It's not as easy to type, like I get that. Um, and like to allocate time to being creative. Reminds me of being in school and we had real live art class. We would go to a room that had art supplies and we would use them and we would learn different techniques. And now like they've taken art out of school. So many schools, not all schools, but a lot of schools. I'm like, I just don't get it. Kim says my creative time is mostly being kind to myself. as I go through each day learning how to take care of 3 children, myself, and all of the things. Dude, I don't know how you do it. I don't have any idea how you do it. Because I'm like, I would do that. Because I know you have built in such a practice of like, first of all, this awareness, this level of awareness that you've cultivated, and you know, focus on self-care, and then, you know, 3 littles. Luckily, one of them's a big helper, and still not their job to be the helper, right? Mom Jane says, no, not yet. Oh, it's the paint by number. Just got the bed cleared off to get to it. Awesome. Are you doing it in that room? Where are you going to paint? Are you going to put that on the, where are you going to do that big painting, Mom? That big paint by numbers. Big dog. I feel like when we're in a habit of being creative, the ways in which we apply creativity in our life comes more easy. So it's like, if I get to be creative, I'm like, how the hell am I going to take care of myself today? If I am accustomed to being just creative in my life, then I feel like those answers come in a lot easier. So this is what I've got so far. I don't even know. Ooh, I don't like that. That looks weird to me. Okay, you're doing it on the dining table. So now I'm going to add the yellow, the really light yellow, back over this. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. I'm like, I don't like what that does. I'll just add different color and different paintbrush. And then I'll change the stroke too. I tend to add like kind of like figure eights, and then kind of see what that turns into. It's not much, so I'm gonna add a darker yellow to that. You're gonna do it on the dining room table, you say? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know how you would do it on the bed, but okay. Let's see. So it's a really gray, rainy day here, and I don't like the overhead light in this room, so I'm like refusing to turn it on, especially being on this thing, because then it changes. It's weird. So I'm really curious to see what this is actually going to look like when it's dry, because it's either going to look like way cooler or like way not. See, Mom says, only place really to paint and be able to see the picture. Yeah, and you've got that really awesome light too in there. Like the lighting is really good in there. Sometimes I feel like I'm staying in this palette of like pinks and yellows and purples with the underlaying of blue, because now, like when I'm putting the color on there, some of the blue from the original color underneath this canvas, because it was already painted, was blue. So I can still see it poking up, and I wanted that, so I'm excited. Hey Mary, how are you? Says, what are you painting? It just came in from walk with a friend. Oh, nice. I will show you. I'm not painting anything in particular. I guess it's like abstract, but I'll show you what I have so far. Whatever way you want to look at it. Looks a little bloody. It's not. It's not. What I have so far. Let's see, what is it? Is it this one? Okay, that's the one. I want to have more bright yellow in the middle of that one. It's nice holding it up and kind of seeing it because once I'm in it so much, it's like I can get lost in it. So it's nice to like hold it up and see it from a different perspective. It's very interesting. What subject to paint today? Right now I'm driving. Oh gosh. Hopefully you're doing it safely. I'm just abstracting it, but I usually abstract it. That's my jam. I do better at the abstract. Definitely better at abstract. I don't like to paint things like if someone said paint an apple, it's just gonna look like a red circle with a stick coming out of it. But that's just I'm not an art, like I'm not a trained artist. Looks like an abstract version of pansies. Oh, which are great winter flowers. Oh, they are. Ah, thanks for that reflection. Thank you so much for that one, Mary. You're right, it does. That's cool. I'm glad you said that, because it does. Just a little bit. Whoa, that's interesting. That looks like a swirl. The yellow. It looks way better close up. Far away, it's different. I've been doing a lot of that, like speckledy. Like the last one I didn't have much of that. It's like I go through phases because like that one doesn't have much speckledy. That's what I call it. This one doesn't have any much speckledy at all. But this one is mostly speckledies. See? Speckledy. I'm very aware that these aren't the right terms. So everybody knows. I know. What I want to add, gold or something. That's what I want to add to it. Give it something with some shine. Come here, gold. Where are you, gold? Come here, Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Hey, Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Oh, I think I see you, Goldie. On the bottom. Of course it's on the bottom. Really? Seriously, on the very bottom. But I got it. Yeah. This. Oh, man. Okay. Couldn't get that open for a second. Did you see that? Struggle monkey. That was me. So I like to use metallic, silver, gold, bronze, copper. My face looks very gold right now, color. Anyway, because it doesn't look like that with the green underneath. Like well, it does. Right? Anyway, I'm like, never mind, it's a lie. But I want to add the gold. I want to add the gold with a different brush. Little baby brush for gold. Let's see. I'm going to take a plop of it. So the thing about what I'm looking for is where the paint is still wet, because I want the gold to like blend in with what's already there. So it doesn't look like I just plopped gold on it. Nothing's wrong with a little gold plop. I'm just saying. Kim says, wow, such a fun painting. Oh, I love how they become something when they're finished, right? Painting with Jane, painting from within. Seriously, oh, I love that. Thank you for that. Yes. I just love the way it feels to like take the paintbrush and like dip it into the paint and then watch the paint like push down and pull back up and blend together, swirl together. It makes me feel like, so I was telling a friend this the other day. I'll share it with you all. So we were painting together and I was like, when I was a kid and like just driving around like with one of my parents, my thoughts would be around, holy cow, this earth is so cool. And how cool would it be to be a giant? And to be a giant, to have the perspective of the giant's perspective. So I just wanted to be able to like feel the mountain and like feel the treetops like with my hands and like dip my toes in rivers and oceans and like to see the patterns of the rivers from so high up, but not like airplane high. Like that, I just thought that that would have been the coolest thing ever, was to be a giant. So I could see the earth from a perspective that Jane will never see. It's kind of like the movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, except opposite. um, like just how cool that would be. And so when I'm painting, because I'm the way my eyes are seeing all this is through the textures of it and the way the colors are blending together, and that's how I'm interpreting this. And so I feel like it's my way of being that giant on the earth and like experiencing a perspective that I can't otherwise experience. Let's see, did you buy your paint colors individually or did a bunch come in a package? A bunch came in a package. I got this brand, the Basics. It's a good one. This one comes in a pack of colors. And then I got this one. It's a big acrylic paint set, Artist's Loft. I think this is Michael's. And it comes with like all those colors. And they are also small tubes. Like they're small like the other one. I have a bunch like this that was donated to me. Crafts Mart. I don't know. It's okay. And then I have and those were single buys. And then I have like a bigger tubes of this. And I think my favorite kind is this brand, the Basics brand. I just like the way I like it better. But the Artist Loft brand is also, it's fine. It does a good job. It does a good job being paint. So I'm going back through and I'm finding the wet spots of paint and I'm taking gold to where those wet spots are. I think I got them both from Michael's because I feel like Michael's has coupons usually, like online and stuff. So yeah, I don't like to shop at Hobby Lobby. It's not a business that I like to support. Kind of like Chick-fil-A. I'm sure Michael's does some really crappy things too. I'm unaware, but what I know, but yeah, I'm just finding wet paint and adding little bits of gold. Talked about gold today in Body, Mind, Spirit and alchemizing. And it's cool, like adding the gold, it just gives it just enough like um shine. Oh, Roberta's stopping by to say hey, but she's shopping. I hope you're shopping for something fun. I get to go shopping later for food and gas. Grateful. Grateful. It really stinks when you're like, oh, I need to get food because I'm just like out of food. And you're like, oh God, they're calling for snow. Oh. Because then it's like, oh, hopefully I can get something. Because I don't know about where some of you all live, but like here, when they call for snow, it's like everybody freaks out. And then they feel this hoarding mentality, the lack mentality comes to mind. And then they buy everything just in case they run out of food. And I'm like, just like buy what you would normally eat in that many days, you know, like you don't need to buy 15 cans unless you plan on feeding, you know, a small army. Okay, now this, I have an area here that is dry, and you know how I said I like to put the gold um, where it's still wet because I like the way it blends together. So I have an area here. So I don't know if you can tell that I put the gold on it. You can kind of see, yeah, you can kind of see the way the light's hitting it, right? So there's an area, where'd it go? Oh, right here where my nose is. Boop, boop, boop. I want to put a lot of gold on that because it looks just like this big yellow kind of a blob. So I'm going to take the rest of the gold and kind of plunk it down on there. So I'm scooping it up and just putting it on there directly instead of squeezing it on there. Then I'm going to take it and make a shape or so with the texture of it. Yeah. Okay, and then I want to add some of this flatter, like it's a really light yellow. It's like an Easter kind of a yellow. There we go. So I just put like a drop in the middle. I don't want to blend them together. Like I don't want to blend them together, but I want to work them so that they like swirl into each other. I'm gonna use the back of the paintbrush for that because yeah, there we go. So I guess that's a reminder, you know, like our tools are not limited to paintbrushes. Like you can use anything. You can use your fingers. You can use whatever you want. Just have fun. Please. Let's have fun. Mm. There we go. Don't like the paint. The paint was like too thick on the brush. Making it into a little point. Now I'm just kind of tapping where I had made grooves. Ooh, I want a little bit of this purple in here. So I just so I have one big blob of purple that's going to be wet for a while, and I didn't have any more on my palette, so I just used that. So I can add a little bit of the purple to this mix. A little bit more purple, just teeny. Teeny tiny right in there. Get in there. Yeah. There we go. That's what I wanted. So excited. All right. So with something like this, I feel like I could sit with this for an hour. I could sit with it for 3 hours and just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into it. I have some um, that I've worked on for hours that are small, and I just keep using smaller paintbrushes and adding another little bit of color and just swirling them in. Um, yeah, because I could start to see like what I just did. I'm like, ooh, I could go through the whole thing and do stuff like that, or start going into it more. But I'll show you what I have because I feel complete with this. Like I feel like I don't want to add any more to it. I'm curious how it's gonna look dry because, like I said, they all look different when they dry. I feel they. I mean, not like a ton different, but like they flatten out. It is so relaxing and so fun. So that's what was today's creation. There's no upside. Oops. Downside. I don't know. And I'll show you. Oh, it looks like letters up there. That's interesting. So yeah, you can see the gold on it, how it's like shimmery a little bit. So next week, um, I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry. We'll see. Thanks. Um, we'll see. What I would like to do, because I have, I think, 8 of this size. So I'm thinking about getting something to put them on, and then I could actually like put them together. Like I can just keep just put them together like a collage, whatever. You never know. That's one cool thing I think about doing smaller pieces is that you can put a whole bunch of small pieces around your house, or you can put some together. You can put them all together and make one big one. Whatever you want. It's all do whatever you want. So we'll see how it turns out. So I'll show you all the dried result next week. But I'm complete with that today. I don't want to add any more to it. I feel good with it. I feel like if I add more to it, it's going to start looking like brown and kind of muddy. And I don't want to add another color to it. Yeah, I'm pleased. And that's how you know you're done with your creative project. If you're like, okay, I'm done. It's official. And then like I give myself the space to like look back. Because what was it? Last week? Yeah, last week when I did this one. I did this one last week, right? And then it was at the last minute. I was like, "Oh, let me add pink." And then someone, I think Tina, hey Sarah Catherine. Then last week Tina was like, "Oh, that Kim." I think they are telling a message. I'm curious what they already do. Last week I think Tina was on here and said that this looked like a globe, like a map. And so then I was like, if so, then it needs an Antarctica. So then I added that one at the last minute. But like, I think that's the thing. Like you look at it and you're like, I'm done. And then sometimes you go back to it and sometimes you don't. And there's no right or wronging because it's your creation. And that's the cool thing, right? Like if I'm supposed to be painting something specific for someone, then it could be like, oh, I left off this. I gotta add that back and da 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 da. Man, it's just easier when we just paint, just to paint. So create whatever that looks like, right? I know that my mom's getting ready to do this giant, big paint by numbers. And I'm curious, I'm sure that they give you like the amount of paint per color, but I'm curious if you did it and get the hang of it and you did another one and you changed the colors. So instead of saying one would be red, you made all the ones purple, or whatever, like, because you can do that. It'll just be a matter of making sure you have enough color, right? So yeah, we'll see what this dries into being next week. We'll see. But I'm really grooving on the gold in it. I haven't used the metallics in a minute. So that's one thing about that Artist Loft one that I was telling you about, that brand. It came like the Basics brand. The Basics brand, like they have like gold, silver, they may have a copper, but I feel like the Artist Loft had a couple more. I could be making that up. Anyway, might have to as the numbers are tiny. I think it'd be fun. Just make it up. You can't mess it up. It's your painting, right? So thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. Thanks for doing creative stuff in your life. Thanks for creating your life. Thank you for finding creative ways to live your life, to get through these days, to create new ways of being, and like just thank you for being creative. Like if you're remotely checking this out, like, and I know some of you, like, you are creative, and I just want to honor and acknowledge like everything it is that you create that's never been created before. It adds so much more magic and wonder on this earth plane, and I'm just really grateful. So thanks. I appreciate y'all being here, and I look forward to seeing whatever it is you all make in the world. So I love you. Enjoy this day. Breathe, create, have fun. See what the world can give you today. Ding. Okay. I love y'all. I'll see you soon, okay?